Hey guys, welcome back to Experience Boost Gameplay. My name is Archive.
And I'm Ren.
And we are playing Cinderella Phenomenon. Last time we had some fun interactions with Rod and Rin, some interesting story development as well, and we came to the Martian because Delora and Parfait had something they wanted to tell us.
And it doesn't seem good.
It does not seem good. Rin has a bad feeling about it.
Yes. So I'm very excited to continue.
As am I.
Which I shall. Okay. Before we start, I would like to congratulate you on your first good deed, Princess. Delora told me all about it, and I can see the extra piece on your necklace as well. Parfait smiles at me, her eyes filled with pride. Her faith in me rekindles the dwindling confidence I had. If only you'd seen how happy Delora was when she announced it to us.
You didn't have to go into specifics, Parfait.
Oh? Are you embarrassed, Delora? She smiles at Delora teasingly before turning back to me. Anyway, I know you can do it, Princess. Only 2 more to go, and you can break your curse.
Yeah, keep up the good work, Princess. And you too, Rod. So, what is it that you wanted to discuss with us? I conducted a little investigation while I was with Rin in the palace, and I found out something important.
Something important?
I discovered that there is a witch in the palace.
Yes. Sorry, I mean, what? I don't know. A witch? In the palace?
I felt a tinge of magic while I was there. It was faint, but definitely there. I don't remember feeling it before when I was there as your doll, Princess. It seems that the witch is using a glamour to hide himself or herself from us.
A glamour is magic that only very experienced witches can cast, which means the witch we are dealing with is no ordinary witch. They have the potential to be very powerful. Sorry. Wow, that's okay. But what would a witch be doing in the palace in the first place?
This witch could be after the king, but...
But what? Parfait and Delora glance at each other, looking conflicted. It is Parfait who faces me first, her expression grave. I'm afraid there is some other possibility we must make you aware of, Princess. And in order for us to explain it, we must give you the truth.
The truth?
The truth?
Uh-oh. Backstory.
What's happening?
Moving closer?
Moving closer. I was like, mobbing closer?
Like mobbing closer?
The truth? My only answer is silence. That happens a lot. I shift my gaze to Rod, but he avoids my eyes.
He knows the truth
too! What's going on?
Princess, it is very likely that this witch in the palace is looking for you.
That doesn't surprise me. What? I cast a glamour on you a long time ago so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you, but this witch in question can see through the spell I've cast on you. It's my belief that they're actively looking for you. I close my eyes and massage the temples on my head as I feel a headache coming on. Wait, you said before that the witches want me to see their curses unbroken, but this sounds as if they have another motive altogether. What reasons could they have for trailing me? Oh no, Tenebrarum. Okay. The Tenebrarum has been without a bearer for a long time, ever since the end of the war, because it was probably your mom, right?
Right, we think it was her mom, yeah.
A new bearer, however, will soon arise and the crystal is ready to support them. Some of the witches, the wicked ones, want to make sure that the Tenebrarum continues to spread darkness, even with this new bearer in charge. Okay, but what does that have to do with me? Delora crosses her arms, her expression grim.
The title of the bearer is passed down from one descendant to the next. Princess, the last Tenebrarum bearer was the late Queen of Angiel, your mother.
I feel my blood go cold, although I don't know why you're surprised.
So we knew this the whole time.
Right? What?
As you are the Queen's daughter, you are the next heir. Come your 18th birthday, you will inherit the title of Tenebrarum bearer.
Did we know she was only 17?
I don't think I knew her age, no.
I thought she was like early 20s, how she acted, but now I feel for her a little bit. 17-year-old, we all do dumb things when we're 17. We're all learning how to be nice and people.
That's true.
She was a little more brutal, but that's because of her mom. Mother? A witch? Impossible. Nope. Why would you spout such lies? I narrow my eyes at them, searching for some hint that they're lying to me. Delora and Perfect never turn their sad eyes away from me. Rod glances at me briefly before turning away, looking uncomfortable. Ooh. I don't know what she's saying.
Hildir?
Hilder? Hilder? Your mother and I used to work together to maintain balance, but then the witch hunt drove her mad and turned her heart to ice. But she never used any magic. I would have known if she was a witch. It's possible that you did in the past, but then it seems she erased all your memories of her true identity. Delora was already able to ascertain that most of your memories of her had been snatched away. Hilda needed you to remain obedient so that when you finally did inherit her role as the bearer, you would continue to do as she wanted. My thoughts feel as if they're spinning endlessly on an axis.
The reason I cursed you was to see if you are truly capable of goodness, Princess. Hilda's influence clung to you even after her death, and we feared that you would continue her previous work. That NGL might once again fall to darkness if you were not able to help the dark emotions in your heart.
So then you cursed me, because you were terrified of what I would do if I became the bearer as I was? My only answer is silence, what she's asking herself. Now I understand why the people hated me. It was because I'm my mother's daughter. I can't help but reach out to touch the pendant on my necklace as a feeling of dread washes over me. We know that there is goodness in you, Princess. We only wanted you to realize it by breaking your curse. Parfait sighs, looking guilty. It was a selfish act on our part, I know. But we could not risk another great war. They believed that I would have plunged the world into war. I turned to Rod, who has yet to speak since the conversation started. Did you know about all this?
Everyone knows the story of the Tenenbaum witch and her daughter.
Everyone except me. I glanced down at my hands, suddenly feeling numb. I'm a witch? And I will become the next Tenenbaum's next bearer. Oops. Just the thought of it makes me sick. I think back to my childhood. I can still recall the glares that everyone gave me when I was a child. They were scared of me because I was my mother's daughter? What about the king? Did he never love me because I was the daughter of a witch? But if that is the case, if my mother was so wicked, then why did the king marry her in the first place?
Hilda threatened to kill the woman that he loved if he did not marry her. She threatened to kill Ophelia.
Oh. Ophelia. So the king has loved Ophelia from the very beginning. I clenched my hands into tight fists. After Mother died, he was able to reunite with his true love. And since then, he has treated Emmeline and Rod better than he ever treated me, even though I'm his daughter by blood. I want to feel angry about this revelation, but instead, I feel a dreary emptiness inside. A heavy feeling begins to settle in my chest, suffocating my heart. He never really loved me.
Rin?
Rod's voice snaps me out of my thoughts, and that's when I realize that a stray tear has made it down my cheek. I quickly wipe it away with the back of my hand, angry at myself for showing weakness in front of them. You must be happy to see me like this.
What?
Your mother was made queen, and you and your sister became royals overnight. It's like something out of a fairy tale, isn't it? You thought you had the perfect life until I came back into it.
I never asked for this to happen. I just wanted to...
Rod suddenly moves his hand to Sebby's mouth, muffling whatever other words the plush was going to say for him. What is it you want to say, Rod?
It's nothing.
Say it.
I can assure you, however, that the power that comes with the crown has always been irrelevant to my family and I. So stop assuming that everyone around you is after your title or your riches. Did your time with my sister not teach you anything?
I'm about to angrily retort when I suddenly stop, my heart sinking. I have already recognized that Emmeline is more complex than I thought she was, and she has also told me that she never wanted to be a princess.
My mother wouldn't have married the king if my father were still here.
Dolora looks between the two of us and sighs.
And here I thought your relationship had improved. Now it seems like it's back to square one.
No. I cross my arms and turn away annoyed. Do you have anything else to add, Parfait? If not, I would like to return to the palace. Princess, stay vigilant and be careful about who you trust. Trust? How do you know whom I trust? What makes you even think I trust you? The anger that I was expecting earlier suddenly rises to the surface. For all I know, Parfait and Dolora could be feeding me lies, playing with me the way Dolora did when she first cursed me. I don't expect you to believe that what we've told you. Perhaps it was not yet the right time to reveal everything to you, but please, you need to be careful. I stand up and look at them, my arms now hanging limply at my sides. How am I meant to trust anyone when all of you have been lying to me this entire time? Rin?
If you don't believe us, then try asking the king who Hildur truly is.
I never even thought about asking the king about Mother.
Rod, you should watch your back too. It's possible that this witch in question could be plotting something against the royal family as well. They have been in the palace for a long time after all.
She looks at me, then at Rod, her expression somber.
I won't be able to stay with you anymore. I had to pick up and leave a few days ago because I was certain he'd caught a trace of my magic.
Eid?
It's Mithros, right? Gotta be.
Or is that too obvious? I was worried that it's too obvious.
Well, it could be Alcaster. Or Fritz, but he's an option, so I don't think so.
I don't think it's Fritz.
He probably already has. I understand.
Anyway, Rin is right to return to the palace now. Someone may notice your absence if you're gone much longer. You two should leave now.
Let us know if you notice anything unusual. I will.
We'll see you again soon, Princess. Remember, stay vigilant. Rod and I leave the Martian in silence. Sorry, they do use silence a little too often. Yeah. Here in the secret tunnels, we are suffocated under even more silence, but still neither of us makes an effort to speak. I'm still stuck inside my own mind, sifting through my troubled thoughts. I can't reconcile the fact that the wicked witch who led the witches during the war was my mother. I didn't even realize how many people hated my mother until after she'd passed, and they spoke about how cruel a queen she was. I never understood why she has always been the perfect person in my eyes. Since she has always been the perfect person in my eyes, sorry. I never connected my mother with the Tenebrown bearer, but what Parfait and Dolora just told me makes sense. Was I living a lie all those years? A lie that my mother crafted so that I remained cold and bitter even after she passed away? And Dolora and Parfait say I'm meant to inherit the power of the Tenebrown from my mother. I don't want that burden. I almost bump into Rod's back when he suddenly stops walking. He turns around and looks at me with a serious expression. I cannot help but feel judged underneath the weight of that gaze. If you're going to tell me that you never wanted me as your partner because my mother was a witch, then...
I wasn't going to say that.
What?
I won't lie. The first time I saw you, I thought you were like your mother. You were cold, harsh, and selfish. I never wanted to have anything to do with you. That was why I was so against this partnership, but you've changed.
Oh, look at the smile! We rarely see him have a smile.
It's true.
Rod's expression softens.
As you and Em have grown closer, I have seen that you are not like your mother. She speaks fondly of you, and I can tell she really enjoys your company.
Look at that smile.
That's why, even if I do not have plans to break my curse, I will still do what I can to help you break yours. It's the least I can do as your partner.
I stare at Rod in shock. This is the first time he's ever been so nice to me.
Why are you staring at me like that? I'm only doing this because you're important to my sister.
Look at that blush. Rod turns away, his face beet red.
Liar.
Love Sebby. Rod reaches up to pinch Sevi's face.
Ow!
Oh!
Compliment him or thank him?
I think thank him.
I think so.
Is more like him, right?
Right? I don't think compliment's gonna matter to him.
Thank you. Rod turns away, his cheeks dusted pink.
It's no big deal. I'm only doing this because I see how dedicated you are to breaking your curse.
Because I want to get my old life back. And now that they have told me about Mother, I want to prove that I'm nothing like her. Anyway, I still want to help you break your curse, Rod. Why do you refuse to break it? Rod stares down at his feet, expression melancholy.
Because I cannot.
Rod stops and shakes his head. He says nothing else, and I don't probe him anymore, especially not after seeing the distant look on his face. We walk through the corridor and back to our rooms after we say our goodbyes. I wonder what Rod was going to say.
Uh-oh. Creepy time.
Oh no.
Creepy time.
Mother, look! Eleanor got me this gift! Eleanor? She's my maid and my friend! Princesses don't make friends with their servants. But she's really nice. She even taught me how to braid my hair. Like, those servants are only nice to you because you are the princess. They only pretend to be your friend so they can have power over you. But Eleanor would never. What reason do I have to lie to you? When have I ever lied to you, little one? You have never lied to me. That is correct. Tomorrow, I will remedy the situation. I will hire a new maid. You are not to befriend this one, no matter what she says. But, Mother, are you arguing with me, Rin? No, I'm sorry, Mother. Oh,
Creepy, creepy, creepy.
sad. It has been days since Parfait and Delora revealed my mother's true identity and the inevitable responsibility I am to have on my shoulders once I turn 18. I've been trying to ask the king about Mother, but he is even busier these days than he was before, and it's impossible to find a single moment in the day to speak with him. The fact that I'm a maid makes it even harder to garner his attention.
Thank you, because I was thinking that in my head.
Me too. Me too. When I'm not on break, I continue to do my duty serving Emmeline. Right now, I'm accompanying her as she practices her walk and posture. Ophelia's been helping her, pointing out any mistakes she finds. Oh no. I can't remember her voice. I know how hard this is, dear. I had to go through this training as well before I married the king. Emmeline allows her shoulders to slouch as she lets out an exasperated sigh. I've always hated these lessons. Whoa, that her? Wow, she's never said anything negative like that before. Yeah. I had thought my posture was fine. This is supposed to refine it, and yet all these lessons have been doing is hurting my back. Oh, Emmeline, you'll get the hang of this. You just need to keep practicing. But Mother, I've had the same lesson before. Why must I do it again? Even Emmeline whines. Because you are a slouch when you walk, and that is unbecoming of a princess. Emmeline scowls at her mother, and Ophelia falls away as she bursts into laughter. Mother, you are not helping. The atmosphere in the room is far from heavy as Emmeline and her daughter and her mother continue to conduct their lessons. That's got a sting to Rin. That's
a very different experience with her mother.
So it's gotta hurt. It's almost the exact opposite. There we go. Of the lessons I had with my mother. Mother always got angry when I made even the smallest mistakes. I know this is hard, but as the crown princess, all eyes will be on you during the ball. The people there will judge any small mistake you make, which is why you need to be in top form on that night. I know. Ophelia claps her hands. All right, now start again. Emmeline groans before heading to the far wall and straining her back. She takes a deep breath, puts a book on her head, and begins to walk again. The book falls from her head on her third step. She sighs, moves back, and starts the process again. Neither of us break Emily's concentration by speaking. We stand idly by and watch as she tries time and time again. I'm surprised when Ophelia leans toward me and begins to whisper. Rin, I'd been meaning to say this before, but I am grateful that you are friends with my daughter. I look at Ophelia's smiling face with surprise. I never agreed to be her friend. You're not against the princess making friends with her servants? Why would I be? actually wish more of the staff here would be so uptight, since I would love for Emmeline to be on good terms with the people who serve her. Besides, social status is never an obstacle to friendship. Ophelia shifts her gaze back to Emmeline, who is now picking up the book that has once again fallen from her head. No matter your occupation or status, a friend is always a friend. You've given Emmeline the courage she needs to face the many challenges she has ahead of her. In a way, you're like family, since you're always around us. Like family. Come what may, both family and friends are there for you, and will accept you for who you are. Even before I was cursed, Emmeline was always trying to be my friend. I mean, she knew all along who my mother was, and still wanted to be my friend. The thought makes me remember what Parfait told me about Mother, threatening to kill Ophelia if the king did not marry her. I turned to Ophelia, curious. Majesty, may I ask what you know about the late queen's rule? Ophelia looks at me quizzically, so I quickly add a thoughtless lie. I was not in Angiel and have only heard stories. I just thought it was so hard to believe, what with how peaceful things are in the palace right now. The kingdom was in a dark place back then. People lived in fear under her rule. The king had no real power over Angiel. The witches had free reign over the kingdom. They cast the fairy tale curse incessantly and on a whim. We barely left our houses in fear of becoming cursed. Mother's reign was that terrible? The king still blames himself for the darkness that befell Angiel during that time. This is why he works day in and out to stabilize the country and to put smiles on everyone's faces. I remember long ago how he told me one of the reasons he would always continue to work hard for this kingdom was because he wanted to make a brighter tomorrow for his children. Ophelia looks confused for a few moments, then brushes off the awkwardness with a small chuckle. He helps the family in his own way.
So she's probably not cursed because she did look confused.
Yeah, she looked confused. Is it possible that he said that with me in mind? And Ophelia's slip up? But then, maybe he was always referring to Emmeline and Rod. Oh, sorry. God, I was lost in my thoughts for a second. The kingdom's come a long way since then, hasn't it? There are still witches here and there, but most of them don't bother others. I pray that the peace we are experiencing right now will last. I see. Thank you for telling me. It is a bit of a dreary topic, but I'm happy to have helped. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate to call on me. Wow.
She's the queen.
Super
wow.
Nice. That's awesome. I love her. I know it may not be traditional protocol for a queen, but then I do not consider myself a typical queen. I try my best to listen to everyone here regardless of what their title or name might be. I can only nod at her in response. Princess or maid, the way Ophelia has treated me has never changed. She's always treated me with kindness, regardless of who I am. I never saw it before, because I was always so distant from everyone, but now I see that Ophelia treats everyone here with kindness, regardless of social status. I was always frustrated by the servants when they compared Ophelia to Mother, saying she was superior, but now I think I understand why they would make such comparisons. Ooh. Emmeline dismisses me after my lessons, and I begin to head immediately back to my room. I have just turned a corner when I notice Sir Alcester standing before me, scowling.
And like with the last episode, we're going to leave someone in a perpetual scowl. Maybe it wasn't the last episode. I think it was the episode prior. But yeah, we like to leave people scowling, apparently.
What's going to happen?
Because we know Sir Alcaster's involved somehow.
He knows
not something.
Nice.
So he's either a witch or he's working with a witch.
He's already working his scary dude-ness.
Right? He's there, waiting. Standing before him with scowl.
Mm-hmm.
But we hope you like what you saw. Consider coming back for the next episode. We definitely want to see where this continues to go. Rin seems to be opening up well to others despite the revelation that her mom was a witch. She seems to be realizing well, which I like.
I like too. I'm starting to like Rin because I didn't like her before, but now
now
she's
I know
learning.
She's younger and
growing.
Her mind was apparently altered, her memories.
Which I kind of figured, but wow, that was some serious work done by her mother.
Serious work done by her mom. But yeah, consider leaving us a like, leaving us a comment down below. The last time you were in a candlelit hallway, definitely gives a good glow.
Yeah, it does.
But
I hope that's not wood, because it looks like it might.
It's got to be stone.
It's got to be.
Got to
right?
be stone. But join us next time for the next installment here in Cinderella Phenomenon. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like what you're seeing on our channel. And we hope to see you next time. My name is Archive.
And I'm Rin.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.